Today I would like to speak to you about a slightly different topic, which is women in leadership positions. I got a question from a guy, banker friend of mine, and he said, how can we get more feminine type of women into leadership positions? So he works in a bank, and all he says he sees in leadership positions are women in their late 40s who are unhappy with their lives, they don't have a family, and they are not really role models for the women of our age that he sees around him. So I thought this is a great opportunity to spend a little bit more time on role models. So when we watch TV nowadays, we see three types of women represented in leadership positions. This is what I call the 3 Bs. The bitch, the butch, and the bimbo. The media gives us three types of stereotypes of women in business. On the left-hand side, you have Patty Hughes from Damages, played by Glenn Close, which is the bitch, evil, Machiavellic head of a law firm. On the right-hand side, you have June from Mad Men, who is the sexy seductress who becomes a partner because she sleeps with the client. And right in the middle sandwich is the character of Miranda from Sex and the City, which is the kind of non-interesting, not very attractive woman in business. And these stereotypes carry with us on to our normal business lives, because oftentimes when we look upstairs, we don't see many women, or worse, the women we see upstairs have been emasculated. They have accumulated masculine traits that they perceive as necessary for being a leader in the company. I wanted to go a little bit beyond the 3 Bs stereotype and find you some very interesting women who are in leadership positions and share some of their characteristics with you as well. So going from the left-hand side clockwise, you have Arianna Huffington, who is a very prominent and influential figure in the media industry and the owner of Huffington Post. Then you have Sheryl Sandberg, the COO of Facebook, who started the Lean-In movement and is greatly influencing the way we think about leadership for women. Right next to her is Christine Lagarde, the head of IMF. You might disagree with her political or economic opinions, but you have to know that she's a very confident speaker who is also very feminine. Right below her is Indra Nooyi, who is the very charismatic CEO of PepsiCo. Right next to her is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who is the president of Liberia. She has a very interesting life story because she was an abused mother of 4. She ended up going and studying in Harvard, and when she became the president of Liberia, she's been known for her extreme strong fight against corruption in the country. Right next to Ellen is, of course, Malala. Malala is known for her bravery and courage, and she recently won the Nobel Prize for her fight for women education. So despite an extremely difficult life and circumstances, she never lost her spirit, and she continues to work really hard to promote the cause she cares about. So just to summarize this, there are many different ways to think about women in leadership, and the ones I suggest are genuine, intelligent, and confident, instead of the 3 Bs. I wanted to give you a little side note on organizational culture. So one of the things we know about organizational cultures is that when a culture is extremely cohesive and someone who is different comes in, there are 2 common outcomes to this. Either this person conforms to the existing environment and becomes just like everybody else, or this person gets rejected. So this often happens to women in male-dominated environments. They feel so pressured by a very masculine, aggressive culture that they absorb this culture and start playing the game this way. It's definitely not very helpful for them because they have to change in a way who they are, but also because other people still perceive them as women, so they don't even like them for acting like men. And then the other side circumstance, unfortunately, is that many women leave these environments because they feel like they don't fit in. So one of the ways, if you have a very masculine environment at work and you see women around you that are struggling with this, try to talk to them about this. Tell them about these kind of biases and what they can do to deal better with this environment. If you're a man, you can give them a little bit more support and be a little bit more understanding why it's difficult for them. If you're a woman and you're at a higher position than they are, you might give them some tips about how to navigate the ropes. And if you're a woman who is just entering this type of environment, be aware of these biases and don't try to change into something that you are not. So these are my lessons today about women in leadership positions. I hope you learned something new and interesting. And until next time.
Man, I feel like a woman.